Hello everybody and thank you for joining me. This is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I have this Distress Mica Sprayed Feathery A2 card to share with you. So let's jump right in. So to start, I do have a piece of Distress Watercolor cardstock here, and then I have 4 of the new mica sprays that Tim Holtz just came out with on a Saturday. I was lucky my local shop got them in right away, so I got to go and get them and use them right away. As you guys know, if you've been with my channel for a minute, I love vibrant and I love glitter. And these colors are stunning. Now, granted, they are a bit more of a fall color palette, but I just like color, so I'm happy to just play with the color. So the color names are actually a lot of fun. I kind of thought that Tim Holtz did some fun with naming these. So the green was Wicked Elixir, the purple is Fortune Teller, the orange color, the kind of that burnt orange color, which is stunning, is Burning Ember, and the yellow is Harvest Moon. And I'm just so in love with these. I cannot wait to see the next 6 that he comes out with, because he did say that he was going to do a full palette, so there will be another 6 colors when he does his Christmas launch later this year. But I am just so excited to play with these. So, and of course I had to bring out Feathery because that die set, I love it. I'm so excited about it. It's just so much fun to play with. So I couldn't hold myself back. I had to have them both. So I did do my background there, and I only did 1 layer of color because I think it came out beautiful and vibrant. You saw me dry it with my heat tool. That's just because I'm impatient. You could, of course, set this aside, and that would be fine too. It's just that I get impatient and want to create things now rather than, an hour from now. So I did bring in some water and just kind of flicked it on the background for some texture. Sadly, the camera doesn't pick up the texture as well as I kind of wish it did. I can see it, and I can see it even on the feathers when I'm done, but because these mica sprays are so pretty and shiny because they're mica, you can't really see the texture that I've kind of added, but excuse me, at least on the camera. I can see it in person, but it turned out really pretty. So then I brought in 5 of the 6 feathery dies. I was going to cut the 6th one. It just didn't fit on my piece of paper, sadly. So I cut 5 of the feathers, and then I just ran them through my Gemini. I have the Gemini sized machine, but I have Gemini Jr plates because they warp vastly less. And then you see I have the Magic Mat as well because, again, it just saves my plates. I've had it for quite a while now, pretty much since they came out, and I bought a second one when they went on sale just for fun, but I haven't replaced it. I do find that if you get some warping with it, which you will a little bit, I just bring in my heat tool, my embossing heat tool, and I use it on the mat and it flattens it back out. Usually I'll use it on there and then I will stick it under my Gemini because my Gemini can hold the mat flat, and that kind of just forces it back into a flat position. So if you're struggling with the Magic Mat, if you have one and you're having some warping issues, try heating it and see if that works. Do be aware though that it is plastic, or it has like a rubbery material to it. So of course, if you heat too close to the rubber, it will start to warp the rubber. Ask me how I know, because I did that. Anyway, so I am going to trim out, this is kind of just a panel for my feathers to sit on. I wanted the star of the show to really be the feathers, but I did want to add a little texture and a little interest. So I cut a piece of Neenah Desert Storm cardstock down. I believe I took off about a 1/2 inch, so 1/4 inch on each side, just to add that deckled edge that I really like. And then I brought in some white thread just to put behind the feathers. Honestly, this isn't needed. It's just for added texture. If you don't have thread, you could spray on a little bit of white pigment ink or acrylic or anything like that just to add a little more texture. I just used the thread because I thought it would be fun. You could run it through an embossing folder too, actually. I like to do that, but I just wanted the thread because this is kind of a quicker, more simple card for me, and I thought that it would just really help the feathers stand out and be really pretty. And I didn't try to adhere the thread down on its own. I just used my Nuvo glue behind my feathers to kind of adhere it down. And you saw me kind of lay them out how I wanted them, because 4 out of the 5 feathers look very similar, because of course I used the same cardstock or the same colored paper to cut them. The one is very different. It's got all the green, which I just thought was really neat. So I put that one in the center just because I thought it would give you some variation between the colors, even though the other ones are quite similar together. And of course you get a little bit of that yellow and green at the end or on the tips of some of them. So I thought that was really neat. I just like how this turned out. And you did see when I did the colors, I really tried to keep them in an order that wouldn't create brown or like a muddy gray color. So when I sprayed them on, I mean, I know my color theory, so I just was really aware that, and I mean, with these, you're probably not going to have that problem, honestly, because they're not like purple and yellow will make brown, but I didn't put them anywhere near each other, so that wasn't really a concern. Otherwise, you really shouldn't have too many problems because the orange and the green are fairly similar. Like, they're not red and green, which can create brown. So as long as you kind of are careful with it, and I didn't add enough that they didn't blend enough that was really even a concern. I'm aware of it when I pick colors. But there is also a gray in this set, and there's another neutral, because there's 6 colors in the palette, and I only use the vibrant ones for this specific creation, but they're stunning regardless. And I'm just so excited to share it with you guys so early in its release, because I've used micas throughout the year since the last year's ones were released, and you couldn't purchase them. So I was kind of felt a bit bad that I was using stuff that if you really wanted it, you couldn't go and get it, so I know you guys are really supportive, and you tell me it's okay and it's not a big deal, but I do like to use things that you can purchase if you want them. I mean, I find it kind of frustrating when I watch somebody create something and I really want to have it because it's so cool, and then it just doesn't exist, or it's gone out of stock, or you can't have it anymore. Although generally I try to find something that I own in my stash that's very similar, and then that's okay too, but I try really hard to make sure you guys can have the things that I use if you want them. And then I did bring in some Big Mama foam tape. I put it on the back of the panel. And then now I'm just going to put a couple of white jewels across it. These are the Pink Fresh Glacier jewels. So I'm just going to show you the difference here. I've mentioned it before in different videos that if you want to buy the set, which is the essential set, which what I own, it has 16 colors, I believe, in it. And they come in those little round tubs. So if you want to purchase it that way, awesome. It's a little bit more expensive. I think it's about $30 American to get the whole set. Or you can get the little satchel that I have in my other hand there, my left hand. And that's if you just want one specific color. So that's the one specific color for Glacier. So you can just kind of see the difference that, like, you don't have to buy the big set if you don't want it. There are the individual colors available as well. So I just thought I'd show you guys that. So this is the card I have for you guys today. I'd love to know what you think. Do you like the mica sprays? Are you considering buying the mica sprays? I would love to know, because I'm just in love with them. So thank you so much, guys. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.